back on the JMFPSP Sports Program and the NBA playoffs discussion continuing on. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. The series tied at 1. The Thunder took the last game. So what do you got? Oh, Corey likes that.
Yeah. Of course I like it. I like the Thunder.
Thunder up.
Thunder up. Yeah. A lot of people from Illinois taking up the Thunder too, which is
I
interesting.
love the Thunder. I have
They're
adopted
great
this
team.
team. Adopted them.
You adopted them? You just
Yes.
took them home from the
Yeah, I took
little
them
adopt agency
Yeah,
and
I
just
took
like,
them home.
come here.
I like them.
Kevin Durant, come here. You're my new son.
Yeah, they're mine now. They're so nice.
Oh, it's good to see you jump down into a basketball team.
I'm not on a basketball. I'm just.
Well, not a bandwagon.
It's just figurative.
Yeah.
I'm not very emotionally attached. I just love watching them play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me and the Rays, man.
No, I think you're a genuine Rays fan.
Yeah.
Well,
after,
yeah.
After I got off the Cubs thing,
Yeah.
which, luckily I did that.
We got a baseball segment. By the way, Tim Kurseninkis, This Week in Baseball, coming up on the JMFPSP Sports Program here on BWC Internet Radio.
I'm over here studying up during
Yeah,
this segment.
got your research.
You guys get to kibitz about Kevin Durant, so
Yeah.
go right
Okay,
ahead.
can we talk about basketball now?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
Corey, I usually let you start, so I'll let you start again. Just what's going on in this series? What do you see with it? What do you like? Just everything going on. Just go ahead.
I don't know the box score for Dirk Nowitzki. Like, what did he score for game 2?
29.
Okay, not as good as his first game
No,
performance.
it
but-
wasn't 48. I'll tell you that much.
No, I mean, that was a beautiful performance.
I can find the box score.
But he's going to try and find it. I'll spill some stuff out quickly. What I liked is this Kevin Durant dunk I see right here. Not really a dunk, but he did. It was Blake Griffin-like, where he just went up and went boom, and just threw it in.
Boom.
Really cool. And then the one big headline from Game 2 was the whole Russell Westbrook situation that, oh no, he got benched in the fourth quarter. That's really bad. Well, not really. I mean, they played good without him. I mean, I'm not saying do it every game. But if you have something that's working, keep on going with it. Their backup point guard, Eric Maynard, is it? I don't.
Yeah.
Eric Maynard was doing a good job distributing the ball, gave the ball to Kevin Durant, and, they just took the game over. Dirk Nowitzki didn't have another Game 1 performance, which very hard to – I mean, that's pretty hard to do again. But I don't know. I didn't watch this game as much, so I'm going to let you go off more of what happened in Game 2 in detail.
Well, the Thunder were phenomenal, and they were phenomenal. Their bench in particular. Going after Game 1, I thought the Mavericks look better as far as winning the series.
Like you thought they had the momentum?
Yeah, because I don't really believe in momentum in the NBA because there's too many off days and just it's the NBA is more about numbers than any other league, and that's a different discussion as well. But you've got when you have Dirk Nowitzki scoring like that, and he still scored at will in the second.
Well,
game.
he's going to. I mean, matchup problems everywhere for that.
He's way too tall for any legitimate three that the Thunder have, and he's far too athletic for a 4 or 5 that may be tall enough to go after him. So it's like, what are you going to do with him?
It's matchup crisis pretty much. You can't stop him.
But he did a nice job in the game. I felt like he was going to take over in the fourth quarter in Game 2. It didn't happen. Oklahoma City's bench was phenomenal, as I said. And after Game 1, I said it looks like the Mavericks. And now, I don't know. I don't even want to say the Thunder. It's just like... I don't know what I'm feeling because Game 1 it felt like the Mavericks and Game 2 it felt like the Thunder. Like you can say in the other series, Miami and Chicago, I feel the Heat right now. I feel like they're gonna win their next 2 games at home and end up winning the series ultimately. Just ultimately the Heat are the better team. These teams are dead even. You've got a legitimate superstar. Both teams have a legitimate superstar. Both teams defend okay.
Yeah.
Both teams' benches are very deep. And they have great shooters. And I think at the end of the day, did you preview this series or did I?
I think we kind of switched it off, I believe.
Yeah, we went back and forth a lot.
Well, previewing it, I think I did.
Okay. But anyway, what I thought it would come down to ultimately is can Oklahoma City shoot the 3 and can Oklahoma City defend the 3? They defended the 3 better again in Game 2, and James Harden got hot from behind the arc. And I think if Oklahoma City can continue to do that, along with getting great performances from Durant and Westbrook, they'll be absolutely fine. And I want to go back to the Westbrook controversy. He made it was a stupid turnover Scott Brooks calls timeout. Scott Brooks, by the way, I think has replaced Phil Jackson because Phil Jackson no longer in the league. I think Scott Brooks is the new best coach in the NBA.
All right.
I love him. He's phenomenal.
I like him too.
I mean, his press conferences, he has a lot of energy, which is anti-Tom Thibodeau, if you will, because Tom Thibodeau can put you to sleep at the pressers, kind of Mike McCarthy, Lovie Smith-esque, just put you to sleep at the pressers. But this Scotty Brooks guy, ton of energy. Anyway, Russell Westbrook goes over to the bench after timeout and just throws a total. I said it on Twitter. It was a bitch fit.
Yeah.
He threw a bitch fit, started yelling at Scott Brooks, and I think that was what it was. I think Scott Brooks said, "Son, sit down." He's 22 years old, Russell Westbrook. Sometimes he's selfish. He's inefficient at times, takes bad shots, turns over the ball too much.
But yeah, he's still like one of the top 5 point guards in this league, though.
In certain games, he does that, and he's done it more often than not in the playoffs. But in the big games, he's been extremely efficient. The triple-double in Game 7, the closeout series against the Nuggets, I believe he had 35 points, something like that. He's been excellent in the big closeout games.
Unlike mainly the rest of the Thunder, who has struggled a little bit.
Which is what you want from your second, which is what you want ultimately from your Robin, which is what he is. That's what you want. You want an efficient, a great scorer, which he is. And I think him sitting out was fine because he needed to calm down because he was he was pissed off for no reason. I was like, dude, it was your fault. You turned the ball over.
That's kind of his ego getting into it, though. But, from what's been going on, Kevin Durant said, he was cheering for us. He was fine afterwards, which maybe he's through another bitch fit. We don't really know. But I think Russell, he's just young. Maybe he's just not used to doing just so bad. I don't know what made him so mad, but maybe he just needed to relax a bit, see that he doesn't always have to take control of the game, and it's not just all about him. I'm not saying he's that egotistical. He has a pretty big one, like we said. But, sometimes if something's working without you, that's the way it's got to go, and maybe you just have to sit down. But I think coming back in Game 3, he'll be fine. He'll be ready to go. And I think emotionally-wise, they're going to, prepare him just to be like, make a mistake. It's okay. You're our point guard. You're the man. Give the ball to Kevin Durant when we need to, and we'll be just fine.
Now, I listened to your last Thunder segment. I wanted to we don't need another segment for this. We can do it now. Let me just make sure. Really quick. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of time. I watched your last segment, and you were extremely critical of Russell Westbrook. Can you go back to those things and what you were talking about and your emotional detachment to Russell Westbrook that you've made this week?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was in a really bad mood this week. I'm not going to explain why. Just stuff was going on.
No one cares.
Yeah, well, I can go on whatever I want. That's the thing. Anyway, I didn't like that he wasn't giving the ball enough. I feel like his layups weren't as good. Going back, I know some of them he had to make, but sometimes, there's plenty of time shot clock and you just kind of threw up a layup. Wasn't spreading out the ball enough, It's just things that make me mad because I play basketball once in a while and I see things that I feel like maybe you can correct him. He knows a lot more than I do, of course. But, it's just something that when you play with a bunch of people in basketball, you just start to pick up things. And I'm not the best player in the world, but I can pick up things where he could be better by distributing the ball more, not being selfish. If he can't hit a shot, drive the lane, which he in some games has done, just hasn't done it well.
He can't make the layup when he does drive the lane.
No. But that's an IQ thing, too. He has the IQ of going, okay, maybe if my shot's not going in, okay, drive the ball, which wasn't really the case in some of these other games where we're going, oh, my shot's off, so I should shoot again?
Right, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, it's just that simple, not just basketball IQ, just IQ in general. It's insanity, actually, was what it is. But Russell Westbrook, I know he's a great player. I've just been really critical on him. He has things to work on. He's only 22 years old. I think it's just an ego thing, thinking he can make the shots, which he hasn't been able to. Eventually, if he can work on it, like saying, how Derrick Rose all over summer took somewhere over 1,000 threes or jump shots a day. If he does that, or at least puts in more effort to be able to hit the shots more often, then, I'd be fine with him taking a shot and not passing the ball to Westbrook. Durant as much. But, you still got to give it to your main superstar. And there's a lot of controversy between them saying that they don't like each other. I don't see that at all.
Yeah, now, it's been recorded they're really good friends off the court.
Yeah, they really are.
They're a great duo. And I would like to have a duo in the NBA. I don't want to see them break up. Someone brought it up this week. Not Jalen wasn't listening to me. Kevin Garnett and Stephon Marbury were a fantastic duo. And Stephon Marbury, well, first of all, Stephon Marbury's a prick, number one. But he wanted more, being the prick that he is, he wanted more money and he wanted to be the man when Kevin Garnett was clearly the man in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And they ended up splitting up because of that. Marbury went to the Knicks or bounced around in other places.
He bounced around everywhere.
His career has since declined mightily since then, and he never even a fraction of the player Kevin Garnett was and still is today. I really don't want that to happen here. I don't want us tearing apart this fantastic duo.
Because they do play really well together.
That I believe can win championships for the next 10 years. I have been on record, and I'm going to stay on record. I believe Oklahoma City is going to win more championships than the Miami Heat in the next 7 to 10 years. I think they're that good. And
makes sense.
But I've been critical of Westbrook myself the entire playoff run. In his defense now, he was a 2-guard in UCLA. So he's still kind of learning the point guard position. This is his second year in the NBA.
Yeah, I think so.
So he still has stuff
work to do.
Derrick Rose won the MVP in his 3rd year.
Yeah.
So Westbrook is a little behind in that regard. Imagine how good he's going to be next year with another offseason working with Derrick Rose, because I know they
worked out together.
They're tight. They like working out together in the offseason. And with the CBA, they'll have way more time to work
like
out.
we've said, because they're going to miss like 50 games,
Yeah,
he
you're gonna
said,
miss 50 games
and I
this
wouldn't
year.
be surprised at all. Which is going to make me upset, but it's going to happen with all these CBA problems. And
Assuming we get past 6 Eastern time today.
yeah, this whole apocalypse thing just keeps on going. Yeah, if we make it past the apocalypse, it's
if
driving
we
me
can
nuts.
make it past 6
We
Eastern.
have some great sports. Can't have the apocalypse.
I know, right?
Yeah. I want to see if he can get an NBA championship from all this stuff that's going on this year.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens.
Okay.
But the thing is, at least we got to see the Packers win the Super Bowl before
That's
we
true.
died.
Winning.
Before we-
Winning. And the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we pretty much won
Yeah, we really did.
from a sports perspective. Okay, really quick, one more thing with Westbrook. Like I said, he's a 2-guard from UCLA. He's 22 years old, extremely young. There is so much more he can learn and continue to do. And I think Westbrook's going to be fantastic. He will be a superstar in this league, I have no doubt. And the inefficiency thing, the turnovers thing, Derrick Rose has the same problem Russell Westbrook does. The only problem is he doesn't have a second star, so it's not like he can fix them by passing the ball. He has to shoot. Westbrook has the gift from God, if you will, of having the grace to have Kevin Durant on his team. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, everything I've heard, because we talked about Westbrook having an ego, and that's kind of how he came off on the court. I took the liberty of looking into it a little bit. Everything I hear, team guy. He's essentially the same guy that Durant is. So maybe he doesn't have the ego, and he's just young and stupid.
Maybe.
Just
it makes
saying.
sense. I mean, I think either one would make sense. I mean, you never know.
It would actually, young and stupid actually makes more sense.
Yeah,
like he's
that
turning the
makes
ball
more
over, taking bad shots,
Yeah.
thinking he can do it himself. If you think you can do it all by yourself, what are you? You're young and dumb. I think I can do it all by myself. I could get rid of both of you, and the show would be considerably better. I'm kidding.
Well, that's why you have your own program.
That's right. That's why the Reinhardt
Yeah,
show
we have
exists.
our own.
Because I was like, you know what? Screw people that can't come over all the time. I'm going to do things by myself.
Hey, you've had your times too, man. So.
But wait, what once?
Okay, there's been like 3 times. But
I can't recall. Can you recall?
Exactly.
no, I can't recall.
Give me one.
More often than not, it's me, but no.
It's
on
always
occasion,
you.
On occasion, it's been him, not him.
Yeah,
I know.
on occasion, yeah.
Okay, but give me one. I need a for instance on this.
There was one time, it was the time where.
The time where,
Well, there's been. I don't know. I just know it has been. Take my word for it.
I'm just busting your balls, Corey. I know Corey sometimes can't show up. I'm always available.
Really?
I'm always here.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Just always ready.
Mr. Only Child and no
Only child.
family arrangements.
Parents. I just tell my parents where I'm going. That's it. Driver's license. No responsibility. Kind of wish I had a job, but that's for a different day. All right, we are completely off task. We need to talk about the Bulls. We need to talk about the Bulls, and we need to talk about the Heat, and we also need to have Tim tell us about what happened in baseball this week.
All right.
Yeah, man.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right. What's coming up next on the Jim Miller Frozen Sports Program?
On BWC Internet Radio.